Once again, I am here with another episode of Mystery Unfolded. So, today again, we are going to see what's further happening in the chapter or in the unit respiration. In our last video, we have talked about cellular respiration. What happens when oxygen enters cell? But how oxygen enters cell? From an organism, complex organism like us, how oxygen enters in the body as well as reaches to the cell is a big question and a process which is being supported by our internal body also. So let's see how all living organisms are taking this oxygen and getting it rid of the carbon dioxide, which is produced as byproduct during cellular respiration. We have seen that while the process of respiration, oxygen is required to break down glucose, and in the process carbon dioxide is released, which is needed to be expelled out from the body as it is a waste product. So how this movement of gases takes place in living organisms, we will talk in this video in all living forms. So let's start our journey. We will see the travel of oxygen and carbon dioxide in different living organisms, all kind of living organisms which we need to know. So first start with plants. In plants, in last unit also, while talking about nutrition also, we have talked about these tiny pores present on leaves, and these are very prominent structures which help plants to take anything from external environment. Yeah, I am talking about these tiny pores, means stomata. So stomata are the tiny pores present on the leaf surface which also helps in exchange of gases along with transpiration. And these stomata can be open or can be closed with the help of these guard cells, these kidney shaped cells. These kidney shaped cells are there which we call guard cells. So they regulate opening and closing of stomata, and when stomata is open, it takes in oxygen from it takes in carbon dioxide as well as oxygen from outer environment and expelled out water and oxygen formed during photosynthesis and carbon dioxide formed during respiration. That carbon dioxide is not shown here because most of the carbon dioxide which is produced by respiration is also utilized in the process of photosynthesis. But stomata helps plants in exchange of both gases. Now it happens in leaves. What happens, how oxygen reaches to different parts? In case of stems, you will find, especially in old stems, there are tiny pores on the surface of stem. These tiny pores are called lenticels. So these lenticels help plants to exchange gases. So in stem, the gaseous exchange takes place through lenticels. Now, what roots are doing? Are they dependent upon leaves and stems as they are inside soil? No, they are also independent. But here you will see, in case of roots, as do you know, the roots are spread over, sorry, the roots are inside, they are spread over inside the soil. Inside soil, between soil particles, air is trapped. So these small fine root hairs, they take oxygen from these soil particles. So here these root hairs help roots to take oxygen. So what we have seen, the entire body of plant is capable to take oxygen from external environment. Entire body of plant is capable to exchange gases from with external environment. And how these gases, these are the outer cells which are root hair is taking oxygen. Now how oxygen reaches to each and every cell of plant. So in the case of plant, simple diffusion works. Air is present, air enters, it is present between cells, means in the spaces of cells, and from there it, by the process of simple diffusion, it goes to each and every cell. So this is the story of plants. Now come to animals. So let's start with the simplest organism, amoeba. Where do amoeba lives? Amoeba lives in water, and it is a unicellular organism. It is an unicellular organism. So naturally its need is too low. It does not need enough oxygen. So little of amount of oxygen works. And remember that in water the gases are dissolved. So as amoeba lives in water, so it takes oxygen by the process of simple diffusion from water, and it expels out carbon dioxide also in water. So in amoeba gaseous exchange takes place by simple diffusion. Now let's talk about sponges, the next complex simple organism. Sponges, we know it has also a simple body plan, one layer of cells only, and it has one opening which we call osculum or mouth. So and it has tiny pores on its body which is known as ostia. So this ostia and osculum helps it to take water, and by simple diffusion the water enters in each cell. Now earthworm. Earthworm, you might have seen it has a slimy wet body surface. So earthworm takes oxygen or from its external skin, okay, from surface, and this skin remains highly supplied with blood vessels. Okay, so see how here gaseous exchange takes place. So here the breathing organ is wet skin. Insects, yeah, it is more a bit complex. If you will see here, insects has small tiny pores on its body, small tiny pores on its body, and these tiny pores are known as spiracles. So these spiracles open into tracheal system, small tube-like structure which is known as trachea, and the spiracles are present on entire body, and these spiracles help them for exchange of gases. Now we will talk about fishes. In fishes we know they have gills. In case of fishes, what happens? Fishes take water from mouth, and water enters into its body and get spread over the gills, and gills are highly supplied with blood. Gills are highly supplied with blood vessels. So here the gills extract oxygen from the water and sends to blood, and from blood it is distributed to entire body. So this is how gaseous exchange takes place in fishes, and carbon dioxide is expelled out through mouth. Now next is the interesting animal frog, which is an amphibian, lives in water as well as on land. So whenever it is on water, it breathes through moist skin. Moist skin helps it to exchange gases. When it is on land, it breathes through mouth or nostrils, and lungs are the respiratory or breathing organ in frogs. Birds are also advanced. They have also tracheal system and lungs through which it does exchange of gases. Okay. Now these are the points which needs to be remembered, that all living things include plants breathe or respire. The rate of intake of gases depends upon need of energy. Single-celled organisms and plants need less energy for vital processes. So here gaseous exchange takes place through simple diffusion. The organs involved in gaseous exchange must have larger surface area. In higher organisms, blood carries oxygen and carbon dioxide. Organisms having simple body structure have simple system. Fishes have high breathing rate as they have to extract dissolved oxygen from water. Frogs live in both water and land, so have two different systems of breathing. Land animals need more energy, so have well developed system and lungs as main organ of breathing. So these are the points which needs us to remember uh, for examination point of view. In our next video we will talk about breathing system, how we breathe means breathing system in human being. So till then, inhale and exhale, as these are the terms which we are going to talk about. Thank you.